black being our name is part of why we have problems. I don't know if you've heard this, but I've had about 2 debates on this with people. They actually say that the reason why we as a people have issues in certain places in the world, certain cultures, is because our name is black, and that's a bad thing. And so they don't treat us well. Literally, the argument was made that he went to court. One of the people said he went to court, and because he was seen as African, and the term was he's Nigerian, he was called African, he was shown more respect. Now, if he went there and he referred to himself as black, then he wouldn't have got the same amount of respect. Yeah, I think that's nonsense.
I can understand that.
I understand that.
So you think that's true?
I don't know. It's true in spaces. So I think it's the argument that black doesn't link you to a country, a language, a culture specifically, and in a court of law to self-identify. I think the most accurate way to self-identify would be your national and then you kind of take it down. So you might say African Caribbean from Lewisham, New Cross. So you can kind of break it down in kind of sections. But I do think it's probably more accurate to speak to a demographic or a geographic location specifically as it relates to law. So I think in a social dynamic, in a cultural dynamic, in a social setting, we can use the word black, but I wouldn't use the word black in a legal setting. I wouldn't use the word black in a legal setting.
But you understand, I mean, he's saying you get discriminated against because of this.
Yeah, so I can understand. I can understand why,
isn't it? Yeah, that's why they have all the different.
So you think that
I don't think
someone
right.
being called black? No, I'm not talking about whether it's morally right or wrong. But I'm saying that if someone's going to be racially discriminated against, it matters whether they refer to themselves as African or black. Like someone is less likely to be discriminated against if they refer to themselves as black, as if they refer to. Because I'm saying no. I'm saying that's nonsense. I'm saying if he was going to get discriminated against in there on the basis of his race, regardless of what he called himself, like they don't. Those that discriminate don't respect African more.
There won't be a layer to the prejudice. There won't be a worse layer of the prejudice because you're using black as opposed to African.
That's my point.
Yeah, I don't agree to that. I can just understand that if you come into certain settings and you say black rather than your national or your ethnic background, you might be seen as more confused, or there'd be a space there to not really understand who you are. Because I think as accurate as black is as a culture identifier, it doesn't specify who you are. We're all black in this room. We all come from different backgrounds.
Yeah,
I disagree. I honestly don't believe that. Like, so this is kind of what he was arguing. I say that I don't think anybody that would discriminate against a black person anywhere in the world cares whether you refer yourself to African.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think
it's not going to affect them. If they're going to, they don't give a. They don't care whether you consider yourself your title as African or black.
No difference.
African in of itself is discriminated against, so I don't see how that's going to give somebody who would discriminate against you a reason to not discriminate. I don't see that in any way. I think that's just a nonsense again.
No, but you will go on to the connotations of black away from race. So there's a load of kind of negative connotations that are attached to black, maybe before or away from a racial connotation. Same with white.
But we can talk about that. But this point here is separate. This is to say that the name we have is why we get discriminated against. This is the argument in this point here. And I'm saying that's nonsense.
No, it's not the reason.
But this is the suggestion. He's suggesting if we change the name, we're not going to get discriminated against as much.
No, if everyone stopped using the word black and everyone used their specific ethnic origin or their country of origin, it wouldn't change positively the way you're discriminated against.
This is my point. So this is what I was saying. This is what the point is that I was making to my man. That doesn't make no difference. Again, I'm arguing he's just saying that because of the negative connotations about black that you were talking about a second ago. That's really his internal feeling. He's just trying to rationalize it to give it a different reason. No, it's not because I see it as black. It's that they see black as bad, and I want to help them out by not giving them that title to see me as bad. And if I do, then they won't see me as bad. There's even a bit of justifying, what do they call it?
But you can't not, because your skin's
apologist logic, I would argue, because he's making it like the problem is that we've given them a bad title, and if we gave them a better name, then they wouldn't treat us. It's nonsense. As far as I'm concerned, that's my opinion.